In a previous interview, you talked about struggling throughout the season. So what changed and how are you able to turn the page so that the end of the season went a lot better?
In this recent interview, Lexie Hull lets the world know how Caitlin Clark saved her career.
Clark lobbing it in. Boston draws two in the corner. Hull, you bet!
Have you ever imagined what happens when you pair a struggling player with the most talented rookie in WNBA history? Well, in the case of Lexie Hull and Caitlin Clark, you get a career resurrection and a team transformation.
This is your third season in the WNBA, and this year you got to be on the court with Caitlin Clark, and you also struck up a friendship with her. Can you talk about how important it is to have that camaraderie on and off the court?
I think it was important to get to know her off the court because I do think that, connections, getting to know people really play a part in the success of teams. And it's really awesome to get to know her as well because, she's a great person, but you have all these expectations put on her and our team has put on her.
But how exactly did Clark save Hull's career? In the next few minutes, we're breaking down the key ways Clark turned Hull's game around. From boosting her confidence to creating scoring opportunities, you'll see exactly how one player can change another's destiny. Let's start from the beginning.
She's been called the clutch player by WNBA fans, and she was drafted to the W in 2022 with the Indiana Fever in the first round as the 6th pick.
Lexie Hull's first 2 seasons with the Indiana Fever were tough. She hit just 26.7% from the field and 18.6% from three-point range, spending most games on the bench. The transition from college star to WNBA bench player was a struggle. It messes with your head, Hull admitted. You go from being a key player in college to sitting on the bench watching others take the minutes you worked so hard for. Then came the 2024 season and a new challenge, the arrival of Caitlin Clark, the most talked about rookie in WNBA history. Hull faced even more pressure to perform or risk being cut from the roster. But then the turning point came after she had a conversation with Clark. Hull didn't share all the details, but the impact was clear. Caitlin showed me how to trust my instincts again, and she gave me the confidence to take those chances, Hull explained. This chat changed everything. Hull's game started to improve dramatically. By mid-season, she was hitting an impressive 47.1% of her three-pointers.
Boston. Off to Hull. Her three is good.
Her playing time nearly doubled to 20.9 minutes per game in the last 7 games of the season. Hull had transformed from a struggling shooter to a key player, showing how one person can change another's career. But Clark's impact on Hull went beyond just helping with her shooting. There was more to their growing friendship than what fans saw on the court.
It's open. Okay. Would you like? Okay, what are you gonna start with? Did you get? Yeah, you got spring. That's mine. Pretty good.
Lexie Hull and her Indiana Fever teammates quickly discovered that playing alongside Caitlin Clark meant embracing a whole new basketball language. Every movement on the court suddenly held the potential for an unexpected scoring opportunity. From Clark's first practice with the Fever, it was clear something extraordinary was happening. Hull found herself catching passes she never saw coming, admitting, "I definitely got passes and tried to finish when I wasn't expecting to get the ball." But Clark's impact went beyond just creating scoring opportunities. Her arrival sparked a change that transformed the entire team's culture. The energy she brought to practices, her competitive fire, and her ability to elevate her teammates' play was taking the Fever to new heights both on and off the court. For Hull and the rest of the Fever, adapting to Clark's game wasn't just about improving their stats. It was about reimagining what was possible on the basketball court. But success brings its own set of challenges, and the Indiana Fever was about to learn that lesson firsthand. As their fortunes turned around, fame hit them like a tidal wave. Suddenly, Lexie Hull and her teammates found themselves thrust into a spotlight they'd never experienced before. Sold-out arenas became the norm, with fans packing the stands to catch a glimpse of Caitlin Clark and the resurgent Fever. TV ratings skyrocketed, turning every game into a must-watch event. For Hull and the other role players, this newfound attention was both exhilarating and overwhelming. The pressure of playing in front of packed crowds and national audiences was intense. Every move, every shot, every interaction was now dissected by thousands of eyes. Hull admitted, "It's hard not to read the comments on social media," acknowledging the weight of public opinion that now followed the team everywhere they went. Caitlin Clark's ability to thrive under pressure became a model for the entire team. She encouraged her teammates to embrace the energy of the fans while staying focused on their goals. This advice proved crucial as the team navigated their new reality. Hull shared a personal story that perfectly captured this new fame. Walking through the grocery store in Indianapolis and trying to just go get some groceries, and someone fist bumps me and says, "Go Fever," she recounted. What was once a simple errand had turned into an impromptu meet and greet. As the spotlight intensified, the Fever players had to develop new strategies to stay grounded. They created a tight-knit circle that could weather the storms of public scrutiny. Hull emphasized the importance of maintaining a positive mindset amidst the constant attention. The team's growing bond proved crucial in helping them navigate this uncharted territory. As Hull explained, when the fans are behind you, it makes you want to play that much harder. The energy from the crowds became fuel for their performances, pushing them to new heights on the court. As the regular season drew to a close, Hull and her teammates had not only survived the spotlight, they were thriving in it. The pressure that once seemed overwhelming had transformed into a source of motivation. The Fever had evolved from underdogs to fan favorites, embracing their new roles. But as the playoffs loomed on the horizon, a new challenge awaited. The real test of the Fever's growth was about to begin, and the stakes were higher than ever before. As the Indiana Fever entered the final stretch of the regular season, the pressure was on. Every game felt like a must-win situation. The team was tantalizingly close to breaking their playoff drought that had lasted since 2016. But just when things were looking up, injuries threatened to derail their postseason dreams. Key players went down, leaving gaps in the rotation. This is where Lexie Hull stepped up big time. Remember her early season struggles? Well, now she was playing crucial minutes when the team needed her most. Hull wasn't just filling a gap. She was making the most of her opportunities, hitting clutch shots and playing solid defense. Her resurgence couldn't have come at a better time for the Fever. The final week of the season was a nail-biter. The Fever were battling for playoff positioning, with every game having huge implications. Fans were on the edge of their seats, checking scores and standings constantly. The tension in the arena was electric as the team fought for their postseason lives. In the middle of this chaos, Caitlin Clark was elevating her game to new heights. She broke the rookie record for assists in a season, adding to her already impressive resume. But more importantly, Clark was delivering in clutch moments, hitting big shots, and making key plays when the team needed them most. As the regular season came to a close, the Fever's resilience was on full display. All the hard work, the ups and downs, the team meetings, and the growth they'd experienced throughout the season, it all came down to this final push. And then, on the last day of the regular season, it happened. The Indiana Fever clinched a playoff spot. The arena erupted in celebration. Players hugged on the court. Fans cheered in the stands. It was a moment of pure joy and relief. For Hull, it was the culmination of a personal journey from bench player to key contributor. For Clark, it was validation of her impact as a rookie. And for the team as a whole, it was proof that their transformation was real. But as the excitement of making the playoffs settled, a new reality set in. The Fever had achieved their goal of reaching the postseason, but now a whole new challenge awaited them. The intensity was about to ramp up even further. The real test was just beginning. Now let's fast forward to the playoffs. The playoffs are where legends are made and dreams can be shattered in an instant. For the Indiana Fever, their long-awaited return to the postseason became a trial by fire. Would their Cinderella story continue? Or would the clock strike midnight on their magical run? Entering as underdogs against the seasoned Connecticut Sun, the Fever felt the weight of history. The pressure was immense, but so was the excitement. Game 1 hit like a sledgehammer. The Sun dominated from start to finish, handing the Fever a crushing 93-69 defeat. Doubt crept in. Critics questioned whether this young team truly belonged on the postseason stage, but the Fever refused to let one loss define them. As Game 2 tipped off, the roller coaster of emotions began. Every possession felt crucial. Clark's pinpoint passing created open opportunities while Hull and others fought to knock down shots and play lockdown defense. The intensity was palpable as the teams traded leads. In the end, despite a valiant effort, the Fever's season came to a close. The sting of defeat was real, but so was the sense of accomplishment. They had pushed a veteran playoff team to the brink and gained invaluable experience in the process. As the final buzzer sounded, there was a bittersweet feeling in the air. The Fever's incredible journey had ended, but Hull's words echoed a sentiment shared by the entire team. "I feel like we're just getting started." This playoff appearance was the foundation for something much bigger. The Fever had tasted postseason basketball and they were hungry for more. As the season wraps up, Lexie Hull reflects on her remarkable journey. From struggling shooter to playoff contributor, her growth mirrors the Fever's transformation. "I owe so much to Caitlin and this team," Hull says. "This season taught me there's always a way forward, no matter how tough things get." Clark's impact extends beyond stats. She's infused the Indiana culture with contagious energy and unwavering belief. Packed arenas and soaring TV ratings are just the beginning of her influence. Looking ahead, Hull's excitement is tangible. "I feel like we're just getting started," she beams. There's so much potential here, and I'm grateful to be part of it. With a solid foundation and key pieces in place, the Indiana Fever is poised for a thrilling future. The best, it seems, is yet to come. Let us know in the comments. Also, like and subscribe to our channel if you haven't done so already. Thanks for watching.